What's up, you guys? What's up? Happy Friday. I'm super pumped today. This video right here, I think, is going to be a game changer for you all who have been working and grinding and doing your best for you and your family with your online business or whatever kind of thing you're trying to do in life. This is going to be a complete game changer for you guys. And let me just give you guys a quick year review before we jump into the awesome stuff. I'm going to do a shared screen. I'm going to go over some topics on how you can turn everything around, especially if you find yourself struggling, you're lost and confused. We'll cover all that. Today will be a Q&A session. So if you're watching me live, please use the comments. I can see most of them, okay? So if they come across my screen, I will definitely answer you guys. I want to make this a mentorship session today. If you're watching the replay, write the word replay so I know you guys got a chance to watch my video, and leave a comment, leave a question, and I promise you I'll go back and I'll answer every question that I see come across my way. I'll go back and answer you. So don't feel bad if you're not catching me live right at this second. But man, do we have some awesome stuff. And just a quick year in review. My wife and I were able to launch 3 brand new businesses this year. It's been crazy. It's crazy. And one thing that I told myself and my family is I really wanted to help as many entrepreneurs as possible hit a 6-figure running rate, running an online business. And I had no clue that my businesses were going to not just exceed 6 figures, but one of my businesses crossed over the line of 7 figures. So we're super pumped and excited about that. And I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break it down exactly what we did and why you should never keep your money in the bank. All right. You always want to take that money that you earn that's in excess, right? The money that you don't need for traveling, for your day-to-day expenses. You always want to take your money and then you want to invest your money. So I'll give you guys a little bit of mentorship on that. I'm not going to get too deep into that because I'm sure you guys want to learn how to launch, your 6-figure earning business. Let's get to 6 before we jump to 7, right? But if you do what I teach you guys today, I promise you, it's just rinse, wash, repeat. Meaning you just keep doing the things that actually work and you're going to find yourself making 100K, 200K, 300K. You just do more of what works, and the things that don't work, you get rid of it. A lot of people who start businesses, they get into business and they just come at it the wrong way. All right. So I really want you guys to take this opportunity to chime in. Let me know if you're new to business and you're looking to start. Let me know if you're in business and you're just not profitable. And then we're going to talk about some really quick, clever ways that you can start making money. And you're probably doing all the right things right now. You just don't know how to monetize your activity when it comes to your online business. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what it is. You're an entrepreneur first. Don't get caught up because my channel and my videos, I talk a lot about surplus funds, excess proceeds, state funds. Don't get caught up in that. All right. That's just something I enjoy doing. I like it. But you got e-com stores. You got affiliate marketing. You got anything and everything you can think of, ebooks, digital Kindle books. People are doing Audible, right? They're making money doing that. I'm going to tell you guys the things I'm going to talk about today. You can apply it to any of those businesses. All right. So if you're ready, go ahead. Let me know in the comments. Let me know that you're ready. I see people are already chiming in already. Excited to have you guys on board. I am going to go ahead and get ready to share my screen. One of the things I do want to do is, because it's been a little while since I talked about surplus funds, I want to show you guys on how much money is out there that just sits there. How much money is out there in the universe that is literally just sitting out there waiting for somebody to claim. And I hear this all the time. People think that the markets are oversaturated. They think there's too much competition. We got to realize, guys, there's billions of people in the world. A small fraction are entrepreneurs. You guys are so distracted watching entrepreneurs who aren't really making any money. You think they're your competition, but really they're not. The people who are making a lot of money, they aren't your competition either. You want to know why? Because they're already doing it big. You've got to get to their level. So you can't say, oh, that's my competition, because they're not. They're at another level. They're doing things that you are not doing at your stage. You can only compare yourself to people who are at the level that you're at. That's your competition. And 99% of them are probably not making any money. They're probably making a lot of noise, like, hey, look at me, I'm over here. But they're not making any progress. And that few, that small percentage of people who are doing it right, that's your competition. That small percentage. And there's probably so much wealth on the table that they wouldn't even notice you're there if you start eating from the same table that they're eating from. So I hope that makes some sense to you guys. I want you guys to take a moment. I want you to get your notepad out, get your books. I got my little journal. I do journals now. I sell journals on Amazon. I love it. I'm a big journal guy. My daughter and I, we make journals and we sell it. It's cool. It's a little bit extra cash for her. You know, she gets to have fun with it. But anyways, get some paper, get a pen. I want you guys to take some notes, okay? We are going to go through finding surplus funds because, again, you guys know I favor doing state funds. I favor, e-com stores, and I'm getting really big into affiliate marketing, and I'll talk a little bit about that as well. I'm running a pilot program. I'm taking a few people under my wing, and I'm going to help them make their first $10,000 with affiliate marketing. So if that's something that ever came across your plate, get into it, because you can do your primary business and run an affiliate marketing business without even really putting any energy and effort into it. It's amazing. So anyways, let's get back on track. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and let's get into surplus funds on the overages side. Now, as some of you guys may know, if you've been following my channel, we have whoops, I'm sharing the wrong side. Let me pull this back. I apologize, guys. Let me share my other screen right here. I'm like, what am I sharing over there? Share screen right there. There we go. There we go. Let me not get you guys like in that never-ending screen over there. Okay, so we talk a lot about state funds, and you got different categories when it comes to homes, right? You can be a home investor, which I am. I invest in homes. I put money down on pre-foreclosures, and I make money off those kind of homes. You got tax overages. These are homes that have been foreclosed and been sold in a tax sale, right? People that couldn't pay their taxes, the county or whoever, the sheriff's department, they foreclose on them, people bid, and there's money that's left over from the bidding. And now that money needs to be returned to the rightful owners. And that's where we come in, right? We help them recoup their money. You got your bankruptcies, right? Homes get foreclosed or get those liens with the bankruptcies. And then you got mortgages, which is just a foreclosure, much like the tax sale. The only difference is most times, 9 times out of 10, you do have to work with an attorney. I'm not a big fan of working with attorneys. I get asked all the time, Joe, you got attorneys? Joe, how do I get attorneys? I can tell you how to get an attorney. I worked with a few. It's never been a pleasant experience. These attorneys are trying to get paid. They're trying to make that money. And I hate when I'm running my business and it depends on someone to do their job. And if they don't do it, I don't get paid. So that's why I avoid mortgages. And I understand some people love it. I understand some people are doing really well with it. And I applaud those special kind of people. To each his own. Pick a lane, do good at it, and do you. Like some people don't like doing state funds. I love state funds, and I have my reasons for it. So we're going to talk a little bit about how you find this money, and I'm going to show you how much money you can find out there. And if you guys have my course, you guys already know. In the course, I talk about this in great detail and how this all works. But I want to give you guys the ABCs. I typed in a county. This one is a Solano County. And I typed in excess proceeds. Now, as you guys know, they call it different things. They call it excess proceeds, excess or surplus funds or whatever. But normally excess proceeds works for most counties. You just got to kind of play around with the words until you get the right one. Or you can just go to the tax collector's website, right? You can go to a website and then you can find, the excess proceeds or whatever that county calls it on their site right there. So all you're going to do is just going to click on the link right there. This is where you get most of your information. This right here. So every county is different. So please, 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 guys, when you guys send me inboxes and emails and you guys are asking, how do you do this and whatever, you got to be very specific on what county you're working. because not every county has a good website. Not every county actually puts the stuff out there, even though it's, Freedom of Information Act information. You still might have to reach out and call them to get this information. You might have to. I dealt with some Texas counties, and some of them are so dinosaur, so behind, and their websites are so outdated. It's ridiculous. All right. So you got the claim and form instructions here. You got proceeds from March and May right here. I'm just going to click on March real quick, and then it's going to show you some information. Now, again, every county is different. Every county puts information out there. Some are more welcoming than others. Right off the bat, I can see that this county, they do a really good job giving you all the information up front. Like, I almost don't have to do any kind of searching through the parcel information, because I can see all the people who might be entitled. They might be entitled to this money right here. So you can see that they got the parcel number right there. You're going to need that. The property address, I'll show you guys like where that's at right there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to find it pretty easy. You got the party of interest, people who may be entitled to this cash flow. Maybe, just because they're listed here doesn't mean that they are entitled, but they might be entitled, right? And then you got another address right here, and you got some more information, right? So now we're going to scroll on down to the very bottom, and you can see we got the APN numbers, the parcel numbers. We can see, all right, you got Tank Holdings LLC, and then you got the right here, you got the situs, and then you got the sale price, which was $2,650,600. That sold for a very high price. That tells me that this business or property was pretty hot. But look at the excess proceeds, $907,000, you guys, $907,000. That right there, if you're working the state of California and you're asking for 10% of this, you're looking at like $90,000. That's a pretty good payday for anyone who's going to work this deal. Now, if there's multiple people who have entitlement to this proceed right here, what that means is everyone's going to get their cut, and you can only get a piece of the cut for each person you work with. So keep that in mind. You just got to do a little bit of investigating. It's not always going to be cookie cutter, like one owner. Sometimes you got to contact 2, 3, maybe 10 people, to work this for them. And not everyone's going to say yes, but even if you get a few yeses, I mean, you're going to get a pretty big payday. This is a lot of money that's out there, and you could probably get whoever the ringleader is to get everyone on board and let you work this deal for them. Okay. And you can see the one right under that. You can see that this person right here has $570,000, $760 right there. Right. So that's a lot of money. And you can just work this right here, and then you can start your skip tracing. And these people right here, like I said, not everyone's going to be entitled to this money. And sometimes it's good to kind of run the APN number, the parcel number, to do a quick search. I'm going to show you guys really quick how to do that. But, you can see that, okay, I got myself a good list of leads, but I absolutely need to do a little bit of homework right here. And I need to make sure I check, this out right here. And then you're just going to do a little bit of research. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and let's copy this parcel number right here. Just going to copy it right there. Let's go back over here. Now, here's the easy way to do this. The easy way, and I tell people all the time, before you start going nuts and pulling your hair out, there's 2 easy ways to find the parcel number on somebody's website. You can do a quick phone call, call the people, send them an email, ask them, where can I find a parcel number for a particular address? They will let you know. Sometimes the people, when you call them, they don't even know their own website and they have a hard time, but they might help you over the phone anyway. But you can just type in the number or the word parcel. Let's see what happens. I'm just, shooting from the hip here. So let's see if it pops anything up for us when I type the word parcel. My internet's loading. All right. So it says the results, 31 items found. This right here is a link for available parcels. That's pretty cool. They got different information right here. I'm just going to go over here to available parcels. All right. And so now they got available parcels, excess proceeds, online tax sale. Let's just go here to the county assessor's office. All right. So it brings us to a new page right here. They got some contact information if you need to contact somebody. This is all great. I'm just looking to see what other information they have. Like I said, usually, like I said, you got to do just a little bit of clicking, but you might end up getting exactly what you're looking for if you do just enough investigating. All right, so let's see. Applications. Boom, 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 boom. Boop, 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 boop. Let's click right here. Let's see where this takes us. I'm waiting for this thing to open up for me. Let me click again. Click more. All right, so that just takes us right there to a quick little link. All right, let's click here. All right, that takes us to another document. All good. We're just going to keep it moving. Oh, that's just taken to the state website. And frequently asked questions. So we're going to go to assessor, recorder. Boom. Under construction. So I'm just showing you guys real quick. Online property information. Let's see where this takes us right here. All right. Real estate searching. Okay. Let's take a look at this. And it says enter assessor parcel number, APN. There you guys have it right there. Look at that. I tell you guys, everyone is a little bit different. You're just doing a quick search. I'm typing in like an APN number. This is showing like a map. And it doesn't show right there. So, boom, boom, boom. And this is just the map that they have right there. So let's go back to the assessor. And then so basically what we would do is right there. If this is what I do every single time when I get to clicking around. I mean, now we are a little bit short on time, but what I would do is I would keep clicking around. But for the sake of time, what I would say is they give you the information right here, the tax assessor's office. That's exactly what you would do. You would just click and then say, hey, I'm trying to find this thing. It's not popping up. I would love to get your help on finding this information, because what you're going to do is you're going to find out who was the last owner and who was it sold to, and see if there's anyone else that may have a lien on that property. And then you need that information. And now these people might actually like send it to you through email. They may say like, hey, yeah, you got to come in and pay like a few bucks, whatever, or we can like mail it to you. You might have to pay a few bucks for us to print it, and that's totally fine. I'm totally okay with something like that. That doesn't bother me. But you just want to make sure that you guys are just going through and just like clicking through these links right here. And then every once in a while, this may not be a direct shot, but like every once in a while, it may get you exactly to what you're looking for when you're doing your quick search. But usually the search bar will get you like close to what you're looking for. And then if it doesn't, if for whatever reason, it's giving you a hard time to find everything, then what I would say is give them a phone call. They're not going to tell you no. This is public information. And if their website sucks, and if their website doesn't have everything that you need, then great. Just give them a call and these people will help you out. So now this is what we're going to do here. Now I'm going to pull back real quick, and I'm going to go over a couple things for you guys. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how to make money online. And I'm going to be very, very direct with you guys. Number one, you need to make sure whatever you decide to do, if it's a side hustle or if you're going to do like a legitimate, like this business is going to take over my primary source of income, you have to file and get your EIN and your business license. Okay. There's a couple steps that you need to do. And most people try to skip to it. They just want to be a sole proprietor and they don't want to do no to the filing. And then they find themselves years down the road owing all these taxes and fees and penalties because they had an idea, it didn't work out, they abandoned the idea, and next thing you know, your state or the federal government is coming after you for money. And that's why anytime someone comes to my course, I don't just give you a course with all the sexy stuff. I tell you, hey, watch this business setup course first. Watch the videos on how to set your business up the right way so you can make money and get free money to run your business as a brand new entrepreneur. File with the IRS. Make sure you file with your state. You might have to file with your county. Make sure that you get a business license through your city if it's applicable. Most cities do make you file. All right. Get all these things on your belt. So now you got a legitimate business. Now, getting a website is great, but you got free ones out there. If you can't afford a website, go to Wix.com, Wix.com. Go there, go get a free site, or go to Google. They got free websites on Google too. Now you might get some generic, domain name, but you can pay $10 to $12. Now you got a domain name, attach it to that free site. It's not going to be the prettiest thing in the world, but then you're going to have a legitimate website that people can go to. So when you're trying to do business with them, it gives you credibility, especially in a business like this, especially when you're calling and you are the only owner. There's no corporate office. There's no headquarters. It's you. These people are going to make sure you're legit. And if you don't even have a website, you don't even have like a social media presence, you don't have a LinkedIn, a Lineable, Facebook fan page, Instagram business page, like there's so many things that you can do for free that people skip. You're trying to keep your business a secret. I don't understand like why some people do that, but we spend money on all the wrong things. Like we're throwing cash out the window, but we wonder why no one wants to do business with us. It's because we're not legitimate. Another thing you need to think about is collecting emails. When you're doing your research and you got customers and leads out there, emails are gold, because sometimes someone may not do business with you the first time you reach out to them. But if they keep seeing your name pop up in their inbox, they're going to eventually be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and check out this person and see what they're talking about. It works, guys. Even if like only 10% of the people you email respond, that small 10% might completely change your life. So why would you not want to do that? So then the next thing I want to talk about is why being online is so awesome. Well, being online is awesome because you can travel the world and it can be a business expense. Meaning, when my family and I, we travel 5 to 6 times a year. We go out of the country, or we go state to state. We go places. We don't do staycations. We go places. Well, I always bring my phone and I always bring my laptop. I got my little keyboard right here. I go everywhere with it, because if I do work while we are gone, I'm shooting emails, I'm making deals or doing videos of the family, and I'm posting it as marketing. Guess what? This has now become a business trip. I am now able to claim part or all of my trip because I work online for myself. And all you need is one good tax strategist. You need one good CPA that is a tax strategist that can help you make this happen. And as you're making money, did you know you can pay your children, and it can be a tax deduction and tax-free up to a certain amount of money? I think it's $12,000, $12,500 is what you can pay your children. Each child under the age of 18, they don't get taxed. You don't get taxed. You bring yourself back down to a lower tax bracket, and now you are saving more money in your household versus giving Uncle Sam all your money. As a business owner, we already pay a lot of taxes. Sometimes we pay way more than the average person, but you don't have to. The tax code is designed for us to win. It's not designed for us to be like W-2 earners who are giving away 30, 40% of their paycheck to the government. It's designed for us to continue to do business because the economy thrives with entrepreneurs. So I want to talk about what people are doing wrong. What people are doing wrong right now that I see is they're doing all the sexy stuff, right? And I tell people all the time that sexy makes us broke. So what's the sexy? Sexy is when we get these courses, and then we want to start attacking customers. We want to start just bombarding and making phone calls and reaching out. And that's great. But again, just going back to what I talked to you guys when I first started this video, set your business up like a business first. Set it up like a business. And if your next month's rent depends on your business, then you need to go find another source of income to pay you, because businesses sometimes take a little while to manifest. Sometimes it takes setup time. Most people fail and don't complete their business venture because you get financially exhausted. It becomes overwhelming. It becomes frustrating. We don't think it's going to work, so we just abandon it. But you didn't even think or give it a chance. It never got even a pulse because you were so fixated on chasing the dollar instead of thinking like, this is like a child. I need to nurture you. I need to grow you. I need to get to know you, so I can become a better, business owner, parent, right? You want to be better and better as you go. but we're in such a rush to hit that $10,000, $20,000 mark. But you guys got to understand, not everyone is a Cinderella story. Not everyone. And I'm not saying that you can't make it, because you absolutely can. Doing affiliate marketing is a quick way to get paid, right? Doing e-com is a quick way to get paid. Doing tax overages and surplus funds, not so quick, but it pays really good. All right. But these are different ways. But you got to stop chasing the sexy and understand that boring makes us wealthy. You guys, can y'all say that with me? Boring makes us wealthy. Okay. If you can do the boring stuff, and like what's boring? Can someone tell me? Setting up your business, right? Your business documents, your business plan. That's boring. That's going to make you wealthy. Business grants. It's boring. People know business grants is free money. They understand that part. But what people don't like and what we don't get is that when we do business grants, it takes time, it takes research and energy, and people would rather not. They would rather go chase deals. They'd rather go chase clients. But let me tell you something. If you were to apply for a business grant and you got paid $30,000 and you don't have to pay back, is that not worth your time to spend maybe an hour to 2 hours a day every day for the next 30 days? Chances are you'll get a nice size grant. Even if it was $5,000, even if it was $5,000, it might be worth your time. All right. Now, here's the deal. If I was broke and I was going to do it all over again, what I would do is I would use every free tool that's available to me online. And I'm talking about my social media platforms. I tell people who come into my program all the time that my social media is my place of work. That is going to make me my money. And even though I tell you guys, you can't really expect to get rich quick with any legitimate business, right? You're not going to get rich quick. There are some online features that you guys can do that can get you paid now so you can start getting a lifeline. My way about going about business is I get my business set up, I apply for grants, I go to the bank, I ask them for lines of credit so I have some funds so I'm not stressed. But let's say I didn't have good credit. Let's say I couldn't do any of that stuff. Nothing's available to me. What I would do is I would go online, I would go apply for a website, like I would go to impact.com or clickbank.com, and I'll sign up as an affiliate. And what I would do is I would find products on those websites that I like, and I would go out there and I would just talk about it. I would create a free YouTube channel, and I would just talk my ass off about this thing that I like. And I would always put the link in my description so people can click it. That's it. You don't have to convince anyone to buy, because if you're convincing enough and if you're authentic and you actually like it, right? You actually like it, people will buy. If you want to go for a higher ticket item, like people sell digital programs, right? Let's say someone's selling a $5,000 program, and all you got to do is provide a link. The people click the link, it goes to that other person's website. So you don't even need a website. That link is going to direct them to somebody else's website. If that person buys from somebody else's website, you're going to get paid very handsomely for just sending that traffic to that website. And they do all the tracking. They track the people, they got the coding and all that stuff. So they'll know if it came from your link. And then if it comes from your link, guess what? Payday. Some people are paying up to 50% commission. Actually, I had one company, they're paying 60%. I don't know how they were making money. I don't know how, but it was a weight loss supplement. I actually read it. I like the ingredients. I ordered one for myself. The flavor was delicious. It was awesome. It was like a weight loss product. I sent out an email blast, right? I think I created like a little mini campaign, like 3 or 4 emails to go out. My first email I sent out, I made a couple $100 off of one email that took me just a few seconds to craft and to send out to my contacts. And I was like, holy crap. So then I made it a thing. I made a whole little landing blog page about it and everything. And it was good. I mean, that's affiliate marketing. That means someone else has the product, someone else ships the product. But what I'm saying, you guys, the point is there's many ways that you guys can come up, right? There's many ways, but you have to market yourself. It doesn't matter if you're doing surplus funds, market yourself. State funds, market yourself. Let people know you're a legitimate business. Set up your business foundation correctly. Do these things. It will be a complete game changer. The information is out there. The information is free. Get mentorship. Whoever's in the lane that you want to get into, get with someone who's already doing it, so you're not wasting your time and your energy trying to figure things out and piece things together. I'm telling you guys, if there's anything that I'm really interested in, I really like, I invest in me so I can get the knowledge, because I know my work ethic. I know I'm going to work hard. I know I'm going to kill it. I know I'm going to make, if I'm saying I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it good. And that's you. You're that type of person, but you got to stop doubting yourself. You got to stop thinking that you can't do it. You're not special, because that right there, we all go through this. But why would you allow yourself to go in a circle wishing coulda, shoulda, woulda, and you're doing things a hard way when you can get a direct line to what you need to do? The secret sauce to everything that I do online is consistency and commitment. It gets hard sometimes. It's frustrating sometimes. Sometimes you post things and you do things online, and you make phone calls and you get nothing, a big zero. But guess what? If you keep doing it and you keep chipping away, you're going to start seeing some progress. You're going to start making some money. And then you're going to get excited. Then the next thing you know, you're going to make enough money to where you don't have to work for anybody anymore. You can work for yourself if that's your goal. If your goal is to work for yourself and spend more time with your family, you can. I mean, today's Friday. After this video, I'm about to take off. My day's over. My day is over. I'm gonna go hang out with my kids. You know what I mean? I got things going on this weekend. I mean, I'm gonna cut it short today. Why? Because I'm in control of my schedule. That doesn't mean I cut it short. Don't think I slack. I work my tail off. I love to outwork anyone in my space. I love to do that, but I get to dictate my hours. Sometimes I work when my kids go to bed. Sometimes I work before they wake up. Sometimes I work through my lunch. Sometimes I just take a day off because I feel like it, but it's because I understand what it takes to be an entrepreneur. We don't get days off. We're constantly thinking about work because I'm constantly thinking about my family. I'm constantly thinking about what I want, where I want to travel, what I want to do. When I'm at the beaches of Jamaica, if we're not doing nothing, I'll hop on my phone and I'll just try to see if I can strike a few deals. And then when the family comes back down to the beach, I put my phone away and I give them all my time and my attention, because that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because of them. That's my why. That's why I push so hard every day. And additionally, on top of that, I know whoever I'm doing business with, I know I'm making an impact, a positive impact on their life. So it never feels like work. I don't have to do this. I get to do it. And I enjoy it. I get to help people change their lives. I get to help people do something that they want to do. And that's going to be you. But you got to put in the time and the effort, y'all. So anyways, guys, that's my time. Actually, I got to make a quick coaching call. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, please, please drop a comment. I will make sure that I address everyone's comment that leaves one for me, guys. I'm super pumped, super excited, and I cannot wait, to see what you guys are going to do between now and the end of the year. So until then, guys, I'm going to sign off. I want you guys to have a great, safe weekend. Spend a lot of time with your family. And don't think about it, guys. If you know you want to do it, take action.
Audio Jungle.